Welcome back to Mastering MHA, MBA, and Chapter 16. In Part 1, we made the case for diversity. Now, in Part 2, we face the harder truth. Because good intentions are not enough. Real barriers, many of them hidden, hold diverse talent back. To lead inclusively, you first have to see them. Start with the most famous barrier, the glass ceiling. It is the invisible limit that keeps women and minorities from rising to the top, even when the pathway looks open. Related to it is the leaky pipeline, where talented people drop off the career track along the way, often because of those same hidden obstacles and a lack of family friendly support. Behind these barriers are two forces worth separating. Prejudice is the attitude holding a negative, often unexamined belief about a group. Discrimination is the action, when that attitude actively disadvantages someone in hiring, pay, or promotion. Prejudice lives in the head. Discrimination shows up in decisions. Both quietly shape who gets ahead, and the pressure changes how people show up. Many members of minority groups adapt through biculturalism, downplaying who they are to fit the majority culture. Some employees hide their identity entirely, what the book calls staying in the glass closet. It is exhausting, it drains energy from the work, and it is a signal that the environment does not yet feel safe to be fully oneself. Zoom out, and organizations are really made of subcultures, groupings around shared identity, background, or job. These are natural and can be a source of belonging and support. But when subcultures harden into in groups and out groups, they breed misunderstanding, exclusion, and the sense that some people simply do not fit. Managing across them is a core diversity challenge. Here is the uncomfortable part. Most of this bias is not loud or intentional, it is unconscious. The quiet assumptions and pattern matching we all do without noticing. That is what makes it so persistent. You cannot fix a bias you refuse to see, which is why the first move is always honest awareness in the organization and in ourselves. This is why managing diversity is a leadership priority, not an HR checkbox. It means going beyond simply having diverse people present and actively building a culture where they can thrive. Fair processes, real mentoring, accountability for outcomes, and leaders who model inclusion. Diversity is the mix. Inclusion is making the mix work. Leaders do this in concrete ways. Audit pay and promotion for hidden gaps. Sponsor, not just mentor, high potential people from underrepresented groups. Build family friendly policies that plug the leaky pipeline and set the tone at the top, because a team reads what its leaders reward and tolerate far more than what they say. Here is where this gets very current. In 2025, women reached a record 11% of Fortune 500 CEO roles, 55 companies, and the highest ranked General Motors is led by Mary Barra. Progress, yes. But 11% is still a thin slice, and only two of those CEOs are black women. The glass ceiling is cracking slowly, and the work is far from done. Let us recap Part 2. The glass ceiling and leaky pipeline hold diverse talent back. Prejudice is the attitude, discrimination the action, and much of it runs unconscious. Biculturalism and subcultures shape how people show up, and managing diversity, actively building inclusion, is a leadership priority. This builds on our chapter notes from Schermerhorn and Bachrach's Exploring Management, 7th edition, on diversity, bias, and inclusion, updated with 2025 data on women in top leadership. We have faced the biases at home. In Part 3, we go global, the cultural differences that shape how business is done around the world and the skill of working across them. If this is helping, subscribe, and we will see you there.